Hi, guys. Let me sit on this pillow here. Hey. I'm one of those people who think they can dance when they're sitting down, but then when they get up, they can't really move. Ah! Well, that's me. It's one of the songs I'm enjoying right now. All right. Yeah, so that's just one of my favorite songs I'm enjoying. As I said, I'm one of those people who think they can dance. When you're sitting down, you got that groove going. But when you stand up, it just don't come out the same way as when you're sitting down. Yeah, that's me. So how you guys doing today? Welcome to my live. I'm Listerine Grandison. Said it before, 2 syllables, Listerine. Welcome to Make Sense. Okay? Where learning should never be a forbidden fruit. So today, I'm just gonna go over some of the stories this week that I found interesting. Some of them, let me just pull that up. And this is a laid back live. I'm so glad that Demure is in because I'm not one of those over the top, jump up and down folks. So I'm glad Demure is in so I can be demure. Okay. All right. So let me just pull this up. Go over some of the stories this week. All right, guys. I have one long video, and that's celebrity trials. So if you haven't seen that yet, go and watch that. It just tells you about the top 10. This is actually part 4. So I've done a couple of parts, and I was actually shocked to see how many of our favorite stars. Hi, how you doing? To see how many of our favorite stars had some kind of criminal background. So I'm just saying, have you guys seen the live, the celebrity trials video that I have? The 10 celebrities accused of shocking acts. So I don't know if you've seen that video yet, but if you haven't seen it, go and watch it, and then maybe watch the other 3 parts because there's a lot of our favorite celebrities. Hey guys, hi, how you doing? How's it going this week? Hey, can you hear me? Just want to make sure because the last time I did a whole live and nobody could hear me, I had to do the whole thing over. So just let me know if you can hear me. We're good? All right, great. Okay, so and again, welcome to the live. So I'm just gonna go over some of the stories this week that I thought was interesting. Okay, good. And then you guys could tell me. I want to hear your opinion on some of these stories too. So share with me, and we can talk about these stories. Last time the conversation one kind of left, but let's just. And I say I'm more of a laid back person. I'm not one of I can't do all that excitement, but we could sit and we can talk and we can have some fun and we can figure out some of these stories together. So the first story I was telling you about was the 10 celebrities accused of shocking acts. That I have on my long videos, but I was surprised by how many people and how many of our favorite celebrities have had some kind of criminal background or something happen to them. So just watch it. I don't know if any of you guys saw that yet. But mainly I did a lot of short videos this week. And I'm gonna start with the newest one. Well, I did 2 videos recently on Gigi Hadid and Kim K, right? So those were just with Gigi is about that dress that she wore, that DHL dress. Did you guys see that? Oh, hi from Russia. Wow, nice. Okay, nice. Thank you. Thanks for joining. I won't forget you. Make sure you stay on so that we can yeah. So we could that definitely thank you. Maybe you could join me on a live sometime. I'm like, yeah, I remember when I was starting and he came. Yeah, you could join me on a live with that. Definitely. So I did something with Gigi Hadid, that DHL dress. Did you guys, any of you guys see that DHL tape dress that Gigi Hadid wore? Did you guys like it? I don't know. I mean, she's definitely beautiful and she could probably wear anything. And the dress, it looks nice, but to me, that, it's, of course, it's probably just to get a reaction, but so be it. You haven't, okay? Well, watch the look. If you look at the video, you'll see she has that DHL dress, and of course, she walks down the runway so confidently. I was curious to learn more about what happened with Anuk Yai. How come she didn't walk at the end there? But that's how it happens. And then I did a story on Kim. She wants to get the Menendez brothers out of jail. Did you guys hear about that story this week? Greetings from the Philippines. Hi. Okay, good. I got some international folks. I'm from Jamaica, guys, just so you know. I was born in Jamaica, but I've been in the US a very long time. You can watch my first live if you want to know more about me. But yes, so did any of you guys hear about that story with Kim K and the Menendez brothers? All right, so let me tell you about it if you haven't heard about it. So the Menendez brothers were some brothers. I think they lived in California, but I remember seeing that story on TV because I'm old enough to see that story. And I remember seeing that story on TV where they had killed their parents, and and they had a trial for it and everything. And supposedly they went shopping the next day to buy some Rolex watches and other things like that, right? Now I hear that there's some new evidence saying that um, the new evidence, maybe they were being abused. I don't remember that coming out the first time around, or when the trial first began. Oh, your dad's calling you? All right, go handle that. You got to listen to your parents. All right. Definitely. All right, but come back if you can. I'll be here for a little while. All right. So, uh, yes. So they bought Rolex watches, and they had a whole trial about it. And I'm like, I remember thinking at the time, well, if they were that bad, we're not in a society where you can't tell somebody if something has happened. When you go to school, you can't tell them if you're being abused. All right, buy one piece, bro. So you can't tell somebody that you're being abused or something like that. Well, they didn't, and they were both old enough to, I believe, say something, and they didn't say any. Well, whatever the case may be, I know abuse you can't really always tell, but I felt like they were definitely old enough where they could possibly have said something to someone instead of kill their parents. But anyway, they end up killing their parents. They had a whole trial about it, and they went to jail. So she's feeling at this point, I don't know if she's old enough to remember that story, but she's feeling at this point that they should get out because they've been long enough. And there's a lot of people who've been in jail long enough who should get out at some point, but they haven't. I don't know why she's taking on this particular cause. They're from California. Maybe she knew them at some point in California. I don't know. But she feels that they should get out of jail at this point. Listen, I never try to judge things up front. I want to hear more about the story. But just remembering the story, I don't see why they should get out at this point. But I'm sure when we learn more about it, I might hear something that says, okay, well, maybe they should get out. Maybe they've done their time and they should get out. I don't know. But that's another one that I had up the Kim K. The thing I noticed with the Gigi Hadid and the Kim K story is that it hasn't been getting that much views. And I notice when I do stories about, and I'm calling out YouTube on this, with other races, that they don't get as much views. I feel like YouTube is kind of pushing you to either do one race or the other race. I don't know about anybody else have a YouTube channel, but I feel like that's the thing. Either they want you to do this or they want. And I love news about everybody, black, white, it doesn't matter. I like to read about everybody. I like to read about. Diddy can't call me to no party. All right. So I like to read everything, and I like to do stories on different topics because I follow a lot of different topics. So I hope they will put my video out. They only put it out, and I only have 26 views on the Kim K video and 9 on the Gigi video. So I'm hoping they're gonna put my videos out there more. Anyway, so that's that. Then the other story that I also saw, Tiana need help because she's bathroom. Okay. Oh, because she's a YouTuber? Who's that? Jesus is coming back soon. I agree with you. Do you feel the shift? I felt the shift. All right. You can love whoever you want. Just go out and vote. Okay? Hey, what's up? All right. Don't eat the camera. That's I won't. Did you get your dessert? Listen, if you can't come with some positivity, don't bother. I'm not a small girl, but I am trying to lose a few pounds. If you anybody want to join me on a diet, let me know because I'm working on that. But anyway, let's get back to the point because we don't have time to waste with foolishness. And you'll hear me say foolishness a lot, especially when. Thank you. Thank you so much. Especially when you come with foolishness. If you ain't coming to help me with my stories and with some positivity, I ain't gonna even pay no attention to you. So anyway, let's get back to this. So the next story that I had was Garth Brooks. Did you guys hear about the Garth Brooks? Anybody here from this country? Country? You did? Okay, good for you. Anybody here from the country? Country music? Anybody love country music here? You'll notice that I won't even react to if it's something that don't even. Thank you for those hearts. If it's something that don't even make sense, I love the Lord, of course, definitely. You know, if you go watch my first live, I tell you, like I'm a church girl. I grew up in church, um, so you can listen to my first live about that. But anyway, Garth Brooks. Supposedly there's some scandal about him and a makeup artist and some abuse, sexual rape or something abuse scandal. I don't want to say the wrong word while I'm here, so let me not say anything till I make sure I have the right words. So anyway, there's that going on with him, and I just did I did a video on that because what I found about that is I was on Instagram and I think it was was that one on TMZ? But it's just the comments were so funny. If you guys haven't seen it, go look at it. The comments were so funny that they were like, keep the same energy that you had with Diddy. Because when Diddy's issue happened, everybody was coming out saying, oh, Diddy's this, Diddy's that. They were like, keep the same energy. So there was a lot of funny, cute comments that were made about that story. So I thought I would just do a little video on that and include some of the comments. So that was kind of fun. Who's a devil worshiper? All right. Well, let's stick to the subject because I'm not gonna waste time on that. So anyway, so yeah, that's Garth Brooks. Next story that I did was Lauren Hill. Any you guys listen to the Fugees or Lauren Hill? Either way. Oh yeah, no, I'm not a singer. You gotta leave that to folks who could sing. Any Oh, well, thank you. Yes, that's right, Angel. I don't know if it's me you're talking or one of these people, but yeah, we appreciate it. All right, so Lauren Hill, Pras from the Fugees is suing Lauren Hill. He said that they had some concert. I'm gonna let you watch a video. Anyway, he said he didn't get payment, and Lauren Hill hit back to say, no, listen, I gave you an advance, and you know I don't owe you anything. In fact, I don't like to kick people when they're down. So watch that video and you'll see a little bit of that. And I'm sure you could Google the story and see even more on it. All right. So that was the next story. The next thing I did, which I was excited about, I went to the Sherry Show earlier on this week. Have you guys ever been to the Sherry Show? Or any talk show? Have you guys ever been to any talk shows? I don't know if you have or not, but anyway, I went to before years ago. I went to the Gordon Elliott show. I don't know. Some of you might not be old enough for that one. And it was a friend of mine. She got married on the Gordon Elliott show. That's when people used to go to talk shows and get married on the shows. So a friend of mine got married, and in fact, she's still married to this day. She and her husband probably been married about 30 years. And you would not think, considering they got married on a talk show, but they got married on the talk show. They're still married to this day. They're inseparable. So that was That was nice. So I did that years ago. And then I went to the Bethany show, her 1000 episode. Um, I went to Bethany's one time. I'm gonna ignore questions that I don't want to answer because it's like, it's not. But no, I'm not married. So I was divorced actually, but not married. But anyway, so I went to the Bethany, her 1000 show, and it was pretty nice. But I didn't find she wasn't like she was just there, but she wasn't kind of that friendly with the audience. Anyway, her show got canceled. But it was a decent show and it was a nice taping. And I think I went with a friend. And I think, oh, and I did go to Dr. Oz one time. I got some bad seats there. Bethany, the seats were good, but Dr. Oz, the seats were kind of bad. But and they didn't really interact with the audience, very little. But at the Sherry show, her staff was like very nice. They interacted the with the audience members, and then even Sherry at the end, she came out and that ordinary kid. I don't remember, but come more often, and I'll get to know you, the ordinary kid, the heart wants what the heart wants. Who's that one about? Oh, One Piece. Okay, all right. So don't mind if I miss your comments. Put them back if I miss them when I'm looking. I'll catch it the next time. Okay. All right. So at the Sherry show, as I said, she came out. She talked to the audience at the end, and she was just very nice. So if you're in the New York area, it's on 26th Street. I was actually going to take the bus, but I ended up kind of running behind time, so I ended up driving there. So I had to pay that expensive parking, which I'm a little about, but deal with that. New York expensive parking. But I enjoy going, and the show was nice. And I had these concerns. One, I got something on my skirt, and I was so irritated. I was a little disappointed that I had to go, and I was just trying to. Okay, I got something on my skirt, so I had that, and but it went okay. And then my hair, for some reason, one piece was just sticking up the whole time, and I just couldn't get it right. And when you're there, you're like, oh, you're not on camera like the stars, but you want to look decent at the same time. So that was what was that is that I wanted to, and I felt funny about that. And the other thing, we got this book. I brought my book. I'm gonna read this book. This is Don Lemon was there, and they gave us, all the audience members, a book. When I went to the Bethany show, one thing I got to say about her, she gave tons of gifts. She gave gift cards. Um, she just gave a whole bunch of prize. She gave us a drinking bottle, which I still have to this day. Um, she gave a bunch of stuff, but I don't mind. Sherry, they were nice. The staff was nice, and they gave us one book. They gave us a book. I'm gonna read this book. And I think I'm gonna on my end of month live. I think I'm gonna just talk a little more about the book once I finish reading it, what I thought of it. But I'm gonna, cause listen, I don't read books the way I used to. I used to read a lot of books when I was younger, but since I started using my phone for everything, I barely read books anymore. Oh, where can you? Oh, probably Barnes and Nobles. Probably you could purchase the book. I'm sure that you could purchase it there, but we got it for free, so that was really nice. But I don't read the same way. I actually do most of my book reading. I listen to books on YouTube. That's where I do more of my reading. Actually, I'm reading a book right now. Let me see. What's the name of the? I'm listening to a book right now. It's called what's the name of it? I think I wrote it down somewhere, but I'm gonna pull it up. But yeah, oh yeah, it's a Brian Tracy. You guys know Brian Tracy? He's that motivational guy. But this one is called the Phoenix Seminar. You could, if you Google it, you'll find it. So it's Brian Tracy, the Phoenix Seminar, and it's really good. I'm listening to that now. It's like 4 to 5 hours. Hi, South Africa. Wow, that's my Africa is my dream trip. South Africa, definitely one of those places I plan to go. All right, so that's why I gotta do my live. That's why I'm doing my live. I'm kind of a behind the scenes kind of person, but YouTube is making me do. Well, they're not making me do it. I'm feeling encouraged to do a live because I need to get those 4,000 watch hours. So the live will help with that. So that's why I'm doing a live. But I need to do it anyway. I need to get out there, meet the people that I'm creating stories for. So That's why I'm doing it. But I'm usually kind of a behind the scenes. I'm not into, I don't need to, be upfront and all of that. But yeah, but this is exciting. So anyway, so I'm reading that, I'm listening to that book on audiobook, and it's pretty good. It's a good audiobook. Hi guys. Yeah, should I? Yeah, go ahead. There's a few people on. Should I just start your own stream? There's a few people that I watch online, and they're like, just do it. And that's what made me say, I'm just gonna do it. Because once you stop caring what other people think because they don't pay your bills and they're not living your life, you can do it. Just go ahead and do it. If you want to do it, do it. And who cares if you're small, big, whatever? YouTube is good for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So if you feel like you have something to say, start your live. Don't worry what anybody's got to say. All right. Don't forget me. I have to go. Where you have to go then? Oh, South Africa. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Don't worry. When I'm ready, I'm gonna let you guys know. And yeah, I'm gonna tell you when and where, and then we can all go. All right. So yeah, so that was my trip to the Sherry Show. It was fun. It was a nice time, and I got the Don Lemon book. The Clark sisters was also there, so that was nice. And they didn't sing, but they did have on some very fancy outfits. So and they spoke with Sherry. And the thing with that, with going to shows like that, is that you're kind of like, you could see during the taping of the show, she's kind of focused on that, and you as the audience, you're just behind the camera, so it's not that full connection. But it was a nice time to go, and it's a good experience to get out and do certain things that you don't do every day. So that's what I like about it. Hi guys, thank you for joining. If you missed the beginning of the live, it's going to be sitting on my channel, so you can always watch it from the beginning later on if you want, and then you can see what you missed. Okay. The other story I did this week was Zendaya. Oh my goodness, she looks so royal. That's why I had to call it fashion royalty. She looked so good when she arrived to Paris Fashion Week. Did you guys see that video? Did you see her? Nobody. I don't think anybody likes to read anymore. Because I'm like, I don't know why it's so hard to read these days, because we're so used to using our phones for everything that we don't even want to pick up a book anymore. But I'm going to force myself to read this book. And I have a few more books I need to read. I'm going to force myself to read it. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Definitely. All right. So back to the Zendaya. So she just looked so fabulous. And then I found this Carpenter, I can't think of her first name, song that I just thought went perfectly with her walk, just her coming out. It looked fabulous. So I just had to do something about it. And then I think the last story I did was Hoda. Hoda. I did a story last week with saying that she was leaving the show, and I was like, "Oh, it's so sweet. She's leaving the show." And then, lo and behold, I haven't used that one in a while. Lo and behold, I go and I see that they said she's leaving because they're cutting her $20 million salary, and I'm just like, it seems 20 million seem a lot to me. I don't know if it seems a lot to you guys. How's 20 million seem? It seems like a lot, but I'm not in her pockets, and I don't know what kind of expenses she's incurred in the meantime. I don't know how much her penthouse apartment costs. But all I say is, don't cut my salary. I don't care if you're giving me 30 million. If I'm getting a certain amount of money, there's no reason for you to cut my salary. I feel like it makes you feel like I've had jobs where, like, I remember having this one job. I was working for this as a quality analyst at this like major car company, and I remember when I was working, I was doing great there, helping reps get to supervisor position and all of that, just doing really great, getting them so that they can be the best reps they can be, and I was doing that. And I remember at some point, I don't know, I think I crossed somebody or something, because I could do that sometimes. I crossed somebody. Anyway, they wanted me to go back on the phones. This was at a call center. They wanted me to go back on the phones and help out, because they said, "Oh, you do really so great on the phones with the customers, and we need the extra help." But I'm like, don't know. I'm like, you can't put me. I started out as a phone rep, and then now I'm the call. I'm listening to everybody's call, and I'm helping everybody else. You can't come now and tell me you want me to. I can help out with a call here and there, but it's like it feels like you're demoting me. Why, when if I'm doing my job, I'm doing it well. Why are you gonna take my stuff away? So I feel like if you're paying Hoda 20 million, figure out how to save that money somewhere else, but don't come cut my salary. And at first I was like wondering, okay, well maybe because she's turned 60 or so, they want to get somebody younger in there and they're starting to act up. But I don't know if it's that or just totally the money issue. But I just think it kills your spirit a bit when you have a certain amount of money and you're doing a certain amount of quality of work and then someone's saying they're going to take that from you. So I can understand her. Turn my resignation. That's what I did at that job. I turned my resignation in. I give my 2 weeks because I'm that kind of person. I'm not going to just walk out on you. I know people do that nowadays. I'm going to give you my 2 weeks and I'm going to sit there and I'm going to be respectful and I'm going to do my job and then I'm leaving. So that's exactly what I did with that job. And so yeah, so those were the stories that I did for the week. There was a 2 or 3 other stories that I haven't done. Um, I haven't done any more Diddy stories, and I really haven't even. Let me see. I'm sorry, I haven't been looking at you guys. I really haven't been. Amen. I really haven't been following up on any of the Diddy story that much this week. I know he's supposed to go back to court. I think it's October 9th. So we'll see what happens then. I think it's the 9th. Don't quote me on that. So maybe we'll catch some more on that. Um, and what else? Then Taylor Swift. I saw that, and I don't need any Swifties coming for me. But I'm like, am I the only one? Hi. Am I the only one? But I feel like let Travis go. Let him go. I feel like he's unhappy, and I felt like that story about that press release, and everything is alleged here because I don't want to get sued by anybody. I feel like, listen, that story that came out about him wanting to break up with her and all of that, I feel like that's true. I, I, I don't know if it's true, but I feel like it could possibly be true. But I don't want to upset any Swifties. But I feel like y'all should talk to your leader and have her just kind of say, let him go. He doesn't look happy. But and if that's the case, I say, Travis, we have one life. What's Taylor Swift? That's funny. I said, we have one life. Hey, you have one life. Just go ahead and leave if you're unhappy. If you're unhappy, leave. Because I don't know. I get the sense. I feel like Taylor Swift might be a little bit of a brat. I just get that sense. I work with people in the social service field for about 30 years. So I get a pretty good sense of people. I don't know her, so I can't say for sure. But I feel like behind the scenes, she might be a little bratty. Hi, I'm good. How are you doing? Have you been watching some of the stories? Do you guys, any of you guys follow celebrity stories? I know you're here, so I'm hoping maybe you do. But yeah, these are just some stories that I watch and I find interesting. But that was the roundup for the week. You guys wouldn't want to say anything else before I go off for the night? We've been talking a pretty good while here. 2025. All right, you gotta talk straight to me so I can get it. How many months is left in 2025? 3 months? I don't know. I have no idea. But let me know what you guys think about the stories that I covered this week. And let me know, was I saying talking to, because I can be a fast talker, so I'm just trying to be mindful of that. Was I talking too fast? Did you understand everything I said? Did you get everything that I said? Hey. All right, guys. So if you missed any part of the live, just go back and watch it later on. It's going to be there and you can watch it from the beginning. And I will see you guys next week. Same time, same bat channel. Oh, you said about how many years is left? 2020 and 2025. So I wasn't quite sure what you meant with that one. All right. Well, leave me a comment on the live, and then I'll try to get back to you if it's clear. All right. So you guys enjoy your week. Enjoy your Sunday tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me on the live. Come back next week. We'll cover next week's stories, and let me know a little bit more about yourself so we can get to know each other. We can join each other every week. Have some conversations. All right. All right. Have a good week. Bye bye.